How's it going? So I just wanted to make a video about specialization points or spec points and how to use them. So during the season, it's really going to be mostly blue. And if you're a free to play player, blue left is where you want to stay most of the time, because every time you reach one of these additional production slots, that's going to help a lot. And in general, I suggest going on the top side because that increases the production speed. But eventually, you will need to gain some production, so every 4 or 5 hours, you're not just having to log in and refresh materials because you processed them all. So I would usually say top production, top production, and once you get to your third production slot, I would open up the amount of materials you can process with some of these bottom specs. But on the right, what you're going to do if you're using the Imperial Investment, which gives you a free reset 1 time per week, is once you have 14 spec points, you can fully unlock this ability, which gives you in total 300 additional loyalty. It takes 25 spec points to fully unlock this one, which will give you a total of 600 loyalty for taking higher level tiles. And what you'll generally do is you'll stay on production until you are out of materials to produce, and then providing that some loyalty will bump you up to a higher level tile, you reset the loyalty, start taking those higher level tiles, and then eventually you'll go back to production. So that's the main use of the spec points during the season. But let's take a look at some of the other things that you can do. And most of these things you're going to want to wait until Season 2 to start doing when you have more spec points to play around with. So something that I did when I had 17 spec points was I unlocked the second Assault Fortress and Guardian Fortress and the third Assault Fortress and Guardian Fortress. It would take 24 to unlock all 4 of them, which I could do now if I wanted. But the way this works is you do the specialations to unlock them, you build them, and then they're yours for the rest of the season. So if I was to respec and work my way all the way down here to unlock the 4th Assault Fortress and Guardian Fortress, I would just have to build it, and then I could respec to loyalty, production, whatever I wanted, and I would still have them available to me the rest of the season. Even if they were destroyed or the Alliance Center was moved, they could be rebuilt. So that's one little trick that not a lot of people know of. Looking at the blue top, these have to do with protecting honor structures and increasing demolition power. One thing that I know players do like to do is increase the demo powers that an Archer Legion can take tiles in one hit. So if you were a player that really liked to use archers, you could unlock this skill, or I believe one of the green or maybe one of the red also increases demo power, but I forget. But let's look at green now. And green is something that if you're spending a little bit of money on Imperial Investment or buying some resets, you might want to do. So what you would do is you would do some of these down here. And what these do is they either reduce the construction materials required to upgrade your buildings, or they give you more honor. So a common thing to do would be in the beginning of the season, let's say you buy some construction material packs and you're going to do a bunch of upgrades, or at the end of the season you have a lot of processed material and you're going to do some upgrades, you would respec right here to get 9, 18, 27, 30 per 6 more honor for every building you upgrade, and then you would do these specialations before you upgraded the buildings to get more honor. Green up gives you more experience or more income of materials This is something that I'll probably do in Season 2 because it'll be a real race to level 16 tiles. And then down here on this side, you get more honor. This is from taking territories. This increases your marching speed. Yeah, so this is marching speed, and this increases your honor from taking tiles or attacking buildings. So green top, not used often. Green right, not used often. Green left would be the most useful green skills to open, but only in certain circumstances to get more honor, which is really what it's all about, is getting as much honor as you can so you get more specialization points. And now the red spec is really important for in-between seasons. So at the end of the season, because you won't have this page available in between Season 1 and Season 2, so you have to do it in the last week of Reign of Chaos, is you want to respec for more might resistance and possibly even some of these distant skills if you have enough spec points. So if you look, Cavalry Siege resistance, Cavalry Siege might, Archer resistance and might, and then Footman resistance and might. All things that you want to upgrade. Over here we have defensive skills. I probably wouldn't worry about those too much. And then on the top, these are all only effective in Reign of Chaos. So what you're going to want to focus on is these skills over here. And ideally, if you have enough spec points, you'll make it all the way to invisibility, which is a really special one that doesn't give your location away during a kill event for a certain amount of time. So you won't make the news when you attack someone. And they also won't, I believe they won't see your incoming attack. So that's a good one to do at the end of the season. But just remember, in season, blue left is where you should be most of the time. Blue right, if you're trying to force tiles and get higher level tiles as fast as possible, you're going to have to go back and forth. And then these buildings down here would be a good idea to unlock going forward in the upcoming seasons. Because what they do is, let's take a look. They give you more might and resistance. And I have mine at level 8 right now, so I'm getting an extra 40% might for each building every time I fight for tiles or structures. So when I attack someone, I have 120% extra might, which is a big deal. And that'll keep on increasing as the season goes on. We still have... how much longer do we have left in this season? I know where to find that information. We still have 36 days left. So 29 more days of fighting. So by the end, that might and resistance boost is going to really add up. But that's really all there is about specialations. Stay away from red during the season. Blue is where you want to be. Green, if you're a spender, you can take advantage of that. Otherwise, and by a spender, I mean $10 to $20 a week. If you're a free-to-play player, you should always be in production, because you're going to need those processed materials to upgrade buildings to get honor. All right. Have fun, guys.